This is a 4.3 cubic foot capacity washer dryer. I'm able to fit a large winter 0-degree sleeping bag into it. The wash and dry cycles can be used separately, or it can be programmed to automatically go from wash to dry without any interruption, which is what I usually do. It is ventless. It has no vent out to outside. Outside venting is not necessary. Dryer moisture is expelled out the drain tube and during the dry cycle. During the dry cycle, you can hear the sound of the washer draining periodically as it runs. It also uses a 110 volt regular outlet as opposed to a 220. This is good if a 220 outlet is not available, but there is a con to that, which I will explain next. And going into the cons, the dry time and drying, because the wash cycle takes the usual time than any other clothes washer, but because this uses a 110 versus 220 volt system, it takes a considerable amount of time to dry clothes. Depending on the load size, it can take anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 hours from start to finish. That is including the wash cycle. Lint, I'm going to try to show you an issue I have with the lint thing. It's just something, again, with a new product, you've just got to kind of get used to stuff. But there is no lint trap. Lint gathers around the door seal and the door glass. So I'm going to try to show you here, which I may or may not be able to show. But you can see here that the glass around the glass door is not exactly clear. You can see some kind of mist thing, and I'll try to wipe this off to show you that there is lint. Now you can see that the lint is gone, it's clear now. But lint gathers around the glass. You can maybe see it a little bit better here. And it gathers down around the door seal, which I'm going to try to show you if I can. You can see that the lint gathers in here. It's not a very good picture, but you can see some evidence of lint, and it gathers all around the door. You can see a little bit better here. Let's see, yeah, a little bit better. You can see the lint. Okay, so it's recommended that every time you run the machine that you clean the door and the door seal. Now, what I do, I use either a vacuum cleaner with, which is like this, a vacuum cleaner brush, to use that, and that does okay. You have to be pretty aggressive brushing it. Or, as you saw, I use a damp washcloth to wipe the seal and the door, okay? So, and then of course, you've got to figure out what to do with the lint. You can see right here, there's a lint there maybe on the washcloth. What to do with the lint once you have it on the washcloth? Well, throwing it back in the washer is kind of, redundant. So what I usually end up doing, I usually take this after I do that, wipe the seal in the door. Usually take the washcloth and shake it, go outside, shake it outside, get rid of most of the lint, then let it dry, and then shake it again to get the dried out lint. So there is, it's not a simple thing that normally you do with a regular clothes dryer. Now, wrinkles seem to be a little bit of an issue as well. The clothes seem to wrinkle more with this machine than my the standalone dryer I had. I highly recommend using liquid fabric softener and removing the clothes as soon as the dry cycle is completed. Occasionally I also throw in a dryer sheet if I can catch the dryer on the dryer cycle soon enough. Overall, though, at this point I'm satisfied with the product. I did a lot of research online and knew some of these things going in ahead of time. But I do live alone, and so I don't do a lot of laundry myself, and I'm in no hurry to get it done when I am doing laundry. A larger family may have issues with the drying time. Apparently, all of the water that is evaporated, most of the water that is evaporated from the system out through the drain tube, some water remains in the machine. And it accumulates in a reservoir in the machine, so that has to be removed. So it doesn't have to be removed all the time, although I guess it would be a routine thing if it's done all the time. So basically, it's in this little trap door here that's at the bottom left for me on this model. Hose is out there. You pull the hose out, it fits up in here, and you pull the hose out. You take off this little cap that's at the end of the hose to keep the water from dripping out. And when you pull that cap out, the water will start dumping out, and you should have a pan available. Probably up to maybe 2 cups of water could come out. So it's good probably to do that. In addition, there's another filter back here that you unscrew it and it comes out, and this will have some lint accumulation in it as well as the seal, door seal that I mentioned before. So it's good to clean that out, and there will probably be some water in there too, so it's probably good to get back in there with a dry cloth, dry that out, and of course clean out the lint. I wanted to get back to here. This is a big deal with cleaning this lint, because there are 3 areas. Basically, one is right inside where the clothes, you've dumped the clothes, and then there's this part of the seal, which is actually under the front seal. So you have to clean this area. You have to clean this area, and you should clean this area, and this is the entire circumference of the door opening in those 3 areas. So this area here, and this area back here, and then there's this area here that you really should pay attention to and clean the lint out, usually after every load. So it can be a pain in the butt. I'm okay with it, but a lot of people might not, want to deal with that. Some people just want to take the lint thing out, clean off the lint, put it back in. But if you take out a lint tray from a regular dryer, you're going to look down inside that dryer and see that there's a whole lot of other lint that's accumulating inside the dryer. So even with that lint screen, you're not getting rid of all the lint anyway out of the machine. This at least has, you can at least see what's in the machine and get to it. But it is a pain. So that's it. That's part 2. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you. Bye.